Very sadly, we're a nation in decline, and yet they go after a popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country, by far, and did much better the second time in the election than the first. And they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. This has been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out. No collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats. But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country. They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here with another episode of Contentious Conversations. Let us dive in. We have breaking news. Donald Trump, the former president of the United States of America, has been indicted on 7 counts in the classified documents probe. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so the former president, Donald Trump, has been indicted on 7 counts in the special counsel's classified documents probe, a stunning development that marks the first a former president has faced federal charges. This is monumentous. This is huge. Trump is facing a charge under the Espionage Act, his attorney, Jim Trusty, said on CNN Thursday, as well as charges of obstruction of justice, destruction or falsification of records, conspiracy, and false statements. The special counsel has been investigating Trump's handling of classified documents that were brought to his Mar-a-Lago, Florida resort after he left the White House in 2021. As well as the possible obstruction of the investigation and government efforts to retrieve the material. The former president wrote on Truth Social that he has been informed by the Justice Department that he was indicted and that he was summoned to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. The corrupt Biden administration has informed my attorneys that I have been indicted seemingly over boxes hoax, Trump wrote. Trusty also told CNN's Caitlin Collins that Trump's attorney received a summons via email from the Justice Department Thursday listing the charges, but hasn't seen the indictment yet. He called the espionage charge ludicrous. All right, so here is the clip from the lawyer. Hope I'm not gonna play it just because I know CNN is they're such sticklers and they're gonna try to shadow ban or try to ban this stuff or copyright me. So I'm gonna stay away. I'm just gonna read it and then I will show you what Donald Trump's actual response is so you can get that for yourself. What old 45 is saying. Let's see. All right. In a sign of how tightly held the special counsel kept word of the indictment, the U.S. Secret Service and U.S. Marshals did not get advance notice and were surprised by Trump's announcement on social media, law enforcement officials said Thursday. Law enforcement is now scrambling to prepare for the expected court appearance next week in Miami. And the Justice Department is moving additional resources there, officials have said. The special counsel and the Justice Department did not make any public statements on Thursday, and a spokesman declined comment. The federal indictment is the second time that Trump has been charged criminally this year. The Manhattan District Attorney charged Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business documents. I'm guessing is what it should have said. Come on, CNN. All right. But the indictment from the special counsel marks a new and more perilous legal phase for the former president, who's running for president again in 2024. See, this is the big issue, right? This is the big issue. Is it now that do we consider the DOJ meddling by unsealing this right before he starts running for election, right? I didn't vote for Donald Trump either. I didn't, but the timing of a lot of this stuff can be a little politically advantageous for one side, right? And I think because they dropped that those 34 counts from the Manhattan District Attorney, right? Those 34, and like the ultra MAGA, they didn't like riot, they didn't do another January 6th. I think they did feel a little more comfortable with this charge, because they knew, all right, well, we've already charged them before and they didn't go crazy. I don't think they're going to go crazy now. So that's the idea. I mean, the law enforcement guys, had to now scramble essentially to kind of get everything in order to get a former president. This is unprecedented. No pun intended. But yeah. So let's go on. Okay, so the charges against Trump come just 7 months since Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Jack Smith as the special counsel after Trump announced he was running for president in order to keep the investigation independent from the Biden Justice Department. Now, Trump will face federal charges from the special counsel at the same time that he is trying to unseat President Joe Biden in the next presidential election. The White House declined to comment Thursday evening. I am an innocent man. Trump has railed against the special counsel investigation and the other probes into his conduct, claiming they are all efforts to stop him politically. The former president has insisted that any criminal charges will not stop his 2024 campaign. Trump released a 4-minute video that I'm about to play for you, repeating many of his past claims, including that the Justice Department is being weaponized and that the investigation into him are election interference. I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. Can't do the Trump voice. I'm an innocent man. I did nothing. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. It's just horrible. It's a horrible. I'm not gonna do it. All right. Trump has long avoided legal culpability in his personal, professional, and political lives. He has settled a number of private civil lawsuits through the years and paid his way out of disputes concerning the Trump organization. As president, he was twice impeached by the Democratic-led House, but avoided conviction by the Senate. But after leaving office, the Justice Department criminal investigations into the retention of classified information at Mar-a-Lago Resort and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election cast dark clouds over Trump. Smith's investigation into January 6th and efforts to overturn the election is still ongoing. I keep forgetting that. How is that still going? How is that investigation still going? I mean, those guys are in jail. We know it was wrong. Like, God, what are you still investigating? Like, I think they're just trying to keep everything in the arsenal, right? They're trying to keep everything. What it feels like is they're trying to mire Donald Trump in so much legal. They're trying to mire him in so much legal, stuff and lawsuits, and you're getting indicted here. How can you run a campaign effectively if you're literally fighting from all sides, right? It's going to be tough for Donald Trump this time around, because last time he could all he had to focus on was his opponents, and that's the easy part for Donald Trump. Like his opponents, did if it was what Rubio or Jeb Bush, or he would destroy those guys, right? He didn't have any indictments. He had some allegations, but he wasn't really facing those kind. And then that's when the hush money payments started, things like that started to snowball. But it feels like right now what's going on is all of these cases, right? They're happening around there's, they drip them a little bit, right? In the like couple years ago, so that when it starts to ramp up, by the time it starts to ramp up, we're well into the general election. We're starting to get into the 2024 election that's about to happen. So now Trump's running. The news story that's going to be following that is, oh, here's some of more indictments, right? He might be going to jail. Do you want a president that's going to jail? Do you want a president that's facing this? Do you want to, so it's very, very, he's right in the sense that it is politically advantageous. I don't know anybody who in political history, there's some malfunctioning lights here. I don't know anybody, it's not malfunction, it's just dead, I think. I don't know anybody in political history who has gone through that many investigations and then survived and still won the presidency. It's just very hard. So let's watch Donald Trump's response and then we'll get out of here.
But very sadly, we're a nation in decline, and yet they go after a popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country, by far, and did much better the second time in the election than the first. Okay. And they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. It's just been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out. No collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats.
Okay, I don't know if it was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats, but that Russia thing, the Russiagate stuff, that stuff was all nonsense. That was all garbage. The Steele dossier crap, that was all bull. It was a nothing burger from the beginning. And there were only a few guys who were like on the left who were like, yo, this just doesn't smell right, it doesn't feel right. Just because to make the argument that he was like somehow a pro-Russian puppet, you would have to like ignore the actual sanctions that he's placing on Russia that is actually like crippling and hurting their economy as he was president. So to say that he was like some Russian puppet it'd be kind of hard to say that because, well, his actions are proving otherwise, because he sanctioned them. He sanctioned a lot of their banks and stuff during his presidency, and how they could like get money and stuff, like how they were, working with American banks and things like that. So he put a lot of sanctions on their money, on the oligarchs and stuff during their time. And I don't think that made him any friends of the Kremlin anywhere. Right. So, yeah, that's the Russiagate thing. I never really fully, he's peeing on beds and stuff. Come on. He likes golden showers. Come on, guys.
But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country. They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things. But when you look at what's happened to our country in the last 3 years, we were energy independent. We had a strong military that wasn't woke. We were doing so well. We were respected all over the world. Got the biggest tax cuts in history, biggest regulation cuts in history. And what do? You have a president where an election was taken, got more votes than any sitting president in history by far.
Okay, so you got more votes than any sitting president in history. So then what did Biden do? I think he got way more than that, and he beat you. So That's just a false claim. Right? How can you claim that you had the most votes in history when there's a man who beat you for presidency? Okay. All right. Well, let's keep moving. Let's hear what DJT has to say. He's coming with the hits right now. These are like the hits. These are the, Mueller, boom, classic. Hillary. He threw a Hillary. If I heard lock her up, it would have definitely been like a Donald Trump like reunion tour kind of concert. So that's kind of what we're getting right now. Let's see if we get some more of the classics. If I get one Antifa, I think that'll really put the starch in my jeans.
And they come after me because now we're leading in the polls again by a lot against Biden and against the Republicans by a lot. But we're leading against Biden by...
Okay. On that note, he actually is. If you look at the polls right now, he's destroying the Republicans. He's destroying them. He's like 36 points ahead of all of them. So like, y'all are just... It's like Larry Bird when he showed up. I don't know which one of you sons of guns is playing for second, but hey, number one's here. So which one of you guys wants to number two? You want number two? You want number two? All right, whichever one you decide amongst yourself. The number one Republican Party guy is probably this guy. So let's see.
A tremendous amount. And we went up to a level that they figure the way they're going to stop us is by using what's called warfare. And that's what it is. This is warfare for the law. And we can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. Our country is going to hell. And they come after Donald Trump, weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds. We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. It's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, just like the fake dossier was a hoax.
That was a hoax.
You saw the Durham report. You saw the Mueller report. It was all a big hoax. You had 2 impeachments, and they lost and we won. And we had tremendous support. But that was a hoax and a scam. And now they're doing it again. It's just a continuation, 7 years, even after I'm out. But it's called election interference. They're trying to...
Well, the problem is essentially, Donald Trump is a career criminal who has gotten away with being a criminal all of his adult and childhood life, right? You were born into opulence and wealth, right? So you had the finances and the resources to get away with a lot of things, a lot more than the regular average person does. What happened was, what changed for you was you went and became president, right? You went and became president, and you thumbed your nose at all these, the Republican Party establishment, the Democratic Party establishment. You thumbed your nose at them. You were the outsider, the braggadocious guy, and you won. Not only did you win, you then won. You did a victory lap. You stomping on everybody, right? That's how you came into power, right? Is you being just this bull in a china shop. You don't think those establishment, the Republicans, they're like, nah, we don't want that. You don't think the Democrats? Nah, we don't want that. If somebody said, oh, the Democrats and the Republicans are working together to get, Trump out, I don't think it would be that overt, but I think that there are investigations that normally, right, that the Republicans would have like, oh my God, they'll be picketing, they'd be doing everything right now. But because it's Donald Trump, they really want Ron DeSantis to win. So they're gonna present the information, and they're gonna start tiptoeing. So Donald Trump is going against it right now. He's going against it. He's still the number one in the Republican Party because he has the MAGA people. They're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. Ron DeSantis, don't try to get him. Like, you're not getting his MAGA people from him. Like, just let it go. Let those people, that's them. That's them. All right. What do you have left? The moderates, independents. Now, how do you appeal to them? Right? Do the moderate people like somebody who's going to jail all the time? Well, they're pretty much the, you got a lot of the Republicans left. They're the law and order kind, right? And if it was just one, okay, but it's like 7 indictments here, 36 indictments here, hush money payments, classified documents, yeah, embezzling, fraud, business dealing. It's going to be hard to survive all of these things politically. And I'm pretty sure the Republicans and the Democrats know that. And they're willing to let him drown in paperwork and legal battles until through the election, right? The idea is for them to not to weaken him, not like physically, but weaken him mentally, right? In the sense that they're going to, it's like not enough butter on bread, right? He's going to be spread really thin, right? You only have so many resources. You only have so many lawyers. You only have so many battles you can fight at once, right? You're going to drop the ball somewhere, right? You're not, maybe you got to be on a court date for a day you got to campaign, right? They're trying to throw him off his game, mess him up. And now they're not even doing debates anymore. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics that are going on here. Let him finish his little 2-minute rant. He's probably gonna just lie some more and then make up some more stuff. The thing is, the man he destroys the Republicans in a very funny way to me. To me, it's not even gonna be close. DeSantis, the sanctimonious, the moment he gets on stage and calls him Rob one time, I'm dead. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. The moment he goes, is it DeSantis or decent? Bruh, Trump is going to destroy these people. Have you seen what he's been doing to Chris Christie? Have you seen what he's been doing? He has no boundaries, no limits, no shame. No, he don't care. He will literally do anything to win. Like, that's his thing. I'll do anything and I will say your parents or your father had a hand in JFK's murder. I will insinuate that your wife is way too ugly that nobody, like, it's, the man he don't care. You getting roasted, and these people are playing a game. You brought a knife to a gunfight, right? Like, that's the problem. And the only person I think that realizes that is Chris Christie. He's polling a negative 1,000, so he ain't got no chance. But he actually, when he announced, he came out with a little fire for him. You know what I'm saying? He came out with some fire for Trump. He came out, boom, boom, boom. And then, in classic fashion, Trump tweets one thing. He tweets this dude at a buffet. Internet loses it. Bananas. So, the thing is, his political instincts are good in the sense that he knows what the people want. He knows what the people want to see, and he gives it to them. He serves them the beef. He serves them the hot sauce. Ooh, they like me when I destroyed, Ted Cruz. Bah, 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 bah. Hit him up. DeSantis, the sanctimonious. Hit him up. He nicknames. He come up with them. But this is going to be a problem for him because it's going to be hard to fight. The 7 indictments, 36 indictments in New York, right? Like, he's right in the sense that they're trying to sabotage his campaign. Like, this is the plan. Like, if you said, how would you slow down a presidential campaign? I'd just sue them. Just like put anybody in the world, put them under constant lawsuits where they can't do anything but fight lawsuits and indictments, and they're going to court and this and that, and you got to provide documents. You're going to slow him down. You're going to slow down his campaign, and hopefully it doesn't work. That's what they're hoping. But I don't know. He looks like he's trying to go the distance with him. So we'll see how this plays out.
Destroy a reputation so they can win an election. That's just as bad as doing any of the other things that have been done over the last number of years, and especially during the 2020 election. So I just want to tell you, I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. And we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years. It would be wonderful if we could devote our full time to making America great again.
Isn't that what I just said? I literally just said the idea is we're going to bury you in lawsuits. We're going to bury you under so much indictment, you're not even going to be able to sniff the election trail, right? You're going to be under briefings. Somebody going to want a statement every week. You're going to be in, we're going to drag you in a court in front of the paparazzi, the media. Every headline's going to say indictment, 7 counts, Trump fighting this, Trump fighting that. It's going to be some new leak. Your lawyer over here that you ain't. The thing is, with Donald Trump's personality, the way he treats people, there are a lot of people who want to get him back, right? So he has no shortage of enemies who are willing to turn against him for maybe not, for shivving them on the money that he was supposed to be paying them, or doing something underhanded or Machiavellian, as Donald Trump is known to do.
And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
But now, again, our country is in decline.
It's in decline.
We're a failing nation.
Okay, you get into you. It's funny how something bad happens to him. The country's horrible. It's like I stubbed my toe. What has this country come to? How can a man stub his toe? Come on, bro. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. All right. So yeah, let's see how this indictment plays out. I know that there's going to be more leaks, more things to come out in the coming months, in the coming year. I'm guessing prior to the election, during the election, it's going to be an entire story. It's going to be a thing. They're going to just unroll it slowly. I wouldn't be surprised if anytime he has something big planned or some big announcement, he's about to go do like a show in Tennessee or Talladega somewhere. Boom, they're going to drop. We need you to come to Washington in like 24 hours. We need some paperwork. We need this, or there's a leak or something, just drop. Boom, headlines. Now he's in for 24 hours. Now when he gets to the thing, he has to tell the crowd why he's facing this, and this, and this, this. So now instead of his speech being, how am I going to make America great? It's now why these indictments are wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you're focusing on, it's going to be hard for you to convince the American people that you're the right guy for the job. That's going to be the problem. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Am I completely wrong? Am I just like a doofus who's like, you don't know anything about politics? Your political instincts are completely wrong on this one. Let me know in the comment section. I love to hear the dissension. And these are contentious conversations. These aren't easy conversations to have. That's why I have them. That's why I do what I do. So comment, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Ty, and I'm out.